Okay, welcome guys. Welcome to 4.2, function notation and ordered pairs. So for this standard, so FIF1, domain and range of a function. FIF2 is function notation. Our learning objectives for today. So use function notation and relate it to domain and range. Okay, so using function notation, domain and range. So let's do the first one. Evaluate the following function using function notation. So quick review from last class. So we have f of 12. So that's the number we're substituting, right? So negative 8. Instead of x, we put 12 because we're substituting 12. So negative 8 times 12, when we do PEMDAS, or multiply first, which is negative 96 plus 19. Negative 96 plus 19, negative 77. And that's our answer. And then when we look at this, this is our input. This is our output. So our input value is 12. We substituted it in, and we got our output answer, negative 77. Okay, as an ordered pair, it's going to be 12, because that's what we substituted. And we got an answer of negative 77. So our x value is our 12. Our y value is our negative 77 when we graph it. Okay, so like number 2, same thing. We take h of 7. We substitute 7 into our equation. So negative 12 minus 8 parentheses 7 now. Then we do multiplication first, right? Negative 8 times 7, negative 56. Bring down to negative 12. And then we get negative 12 minus 56, right? They're both negative. So we're just going to combine them together. So negative 68 is our answer. And again, this is our input. This is our output. Our ordered pair should be 7, comma, negative 68. So substituted 7 and we got a negative 68 as our answer. So our x value is 7, our y value is negative 68 when we want to graph it as an ordered pair. Number 3, same thing. Negative 75 is our negative 45 is our number. So we substitute negative 45. So 82 minus, and our r is now negative 45 over 5. Now we're going to calculate that out. Bring down 82 minus, and then negative 44 divided by positive 5 is be negative 9. And then we look at it, we have 2 negatives. So double negatives next to each other is always plus positive. So 82 plus 9 is 91. So again, our input, negative 45. Our output is 91. And then our ordered pair that we would graph is negative 45, comma, 91. Right there, and that's our x, that's our y. And then to explain it, so describing words, how to evaluate functions using function notation right here. So you just describe what you did in words, right? So you take your function notation, whatever's in the parentheses, substitute it into your equation, then you calculate it out using PEMDAS, right? Whatever's here, 7, substitute 7, calculate it out using PEMDAS. Negative 45, substitute negative 45, calculate it out using PEMDAS. Right, so that's how you describe it in words. Okay, the next part, evaluate functions from their graph. So we have a h of negative 7 here. We're going to find what is the answer of h of negative 7. So let's identify again. So remember, inside our parentheses here is our input, right? So our input is 12, which is our x value. And then we find some kind of answer, which is our y value. So for this one, we look at, this is our input, which is our x value. So we want to find the ordered pair when x is negative 7. So let's look at our graph. When is x negative 7? Remember, horizontal axis, this is our x-axis, our horizontal, and we go to negative 7, and it's going to be, so at negative 7, here's our x values straight up and down. And we see, where does it intersect? So it intersects at this number right here. And we go across and we see that it intersects at -6 as our y. So this ordered pair here is -7 for the x and -6 for the y, right? Left 7, down 6. -7, -6. So our h of -6, so when x is -7, our y, our answer is -6. So we put -6 in there. For the next one, g of 4, again, our input value is 4. So this is our x value. So we find what is the ordered pair when x is 4. So we go to our graph. Here's 4. And we look at it. Intersects right here of our line. And then we go across. And that is when y is equal to 1. So this ordered pair is when x is 4, y is 1. So 4, 1. So that's our ordered pair, and that's our xy. So when x is 4, our y is 1. So we put in 1 there. Then at h of 0, you guys can do that one. All right, find out when x is 0, what is the y? And just find it. And that will be your answer. Describe in words how to evaluate functions from their graph. Just look at it, right? So x is 7, x is -7. We go x is -7. Find out where it intersects right here. Find out the y, which is -6. And that's our answer, -6. When x is 4, we go x is 4. We go where it intersects right here. And that is when y is 1. And that's 1. This one, h of 0, you just go intersects right there. Y is 5. And that's how you do it. Yeah, that's using a graph. Input, output. Okay, next one, function inputs and outputs with an equation. Go find the input that will result in the following output for each function. Okay. So now it's a little bit different, right? Because this is our input, which is our x value. This answer that we get is our output, which is a y value. So it gives you the y value, but it doesn't give you what the x value. So it's asking what is the x value that will give you that -60. Right? Remember our f of x, we treat it just like a y. So this is like y equals 8x plus 12. And that's the equation that we're going to use. So y equals 8x plus 12. And we're given right here that y is equal to -60. Our answer is equal to -60. So -60 equals 8x plus 12. So we substitute -60 in for y. Then all we need to do is solve for y, for x, right? So solve for x right here. This one we substituted y equals -60. Then we're going to solve for x. Solve for x, so -12 to both sides. We're going to isolate x. -60 minus 12, so -72 equals 8x. Then we're going to divide by the coefficient 8 to cancel that out. So we get -72 divided by 8, -9 equals x. We flip it around, x equals -9. So when our x is -9, our answer is -60. So this is f of -9 right there. Okay, next one. Same thing, right? Our y is -80, and we're going to find what is the x value that will give you the -80. So we use our equation. Same thing. This is y. Y equals -6x minus 14. We're going to substitute that in there. So we get y equals -6x minus 14. Our y value is -80. So we put that in, right? Substitute -80. -6x minus 14. Then we're going to solve for x. So add 14 to both sides. So -80 plus 14, -66 equals -6x. Bring that down. Then we divide by our coefficient, -6. So -66 divided by -6 is +11. X equals x, and flip it around, x equals 11. So our x value is 11, so we put that in there, 11. So that will be our answer for that. Okay, and next part you can do on your own. Same process, right? Set your answer 388 to y, and then solve it for t to find out. Okay, next part, function inputs and outputs using a graph. Okay, what is the input value for which g of x equals 3? So this one's the same thing, right? It tells you what the x is, or it tells you the x. It doesn't tell you the number, but it tells you what the answer is, which is the y. So if it tells you what the y is, 3. So we go on our graph and we look at when the y is 3. We just look all the way across and we see it's going to intersect at this point. And this point is when x is 9. So 9, 3. So it gave us an answer of 3. The x value is 9. So x is 9. That's it. Okay, next one. What is the input value other than -7 for which h of x equals 3? So again, it gives you xy, right? So your y is 3. So we look at y is 3 right here, and we go all the way across, and we see where it intersects. It can't intersect more than once. So this one intersects here, and it intersects here. 2 points. So this point is -7, +3. This point is 5, +3. So it asks you what input value other than -7, and that's going to be +5. That's our other one, when x is 5. So you have two answers, 5 and -7, and the other one is 5. Again, next one you can do. And next, so last part, for the following function notation, describe what is the input value, which is domain, and the output value, which is your range. How can you tell which one is which? So you're going to describe that just by looking at this function notation, f of 25 equals 150. Which one is the input? Which one is the output? And how can you tell which is which? And you describe that in words. Okay, so you guys can do that. And then Khan Academies right here. That's all going to be listed in Google Classroom. Okay, good luck, guys. Ask questions if you got them. Let me know. Okay, bye.